Hello, my name is Christopher Bradley. I am running for Congress. I am running for U.S. House of Representatives, Florida District 14. And I wanted to take this opportunity to let you know a little bit more about me. Too often, we don't know anything about the candidates we vote for. We're simply voting for that little D or that little R behind their name, and we have no idea who this person is as a person. Other than a few handful of people, I would say they're complete strangers to us. We know more about Tom Brady's personal life than we ever do about any of our representatives, and that's kind of sad. So I wanted to take this opportunity to kind of like share a little bit about me personally. Um, I grew up in Missouri. I was the son of a Southern Baptist preacher, and yeah, preachers don't make a lot, so I didn't exactly grow up rich. It was definitely working class, but we didn't need a lot of money, and my parents kept were able to pay the bills, and we were pretty happy growing up. So nothing shocking there, just a normal life. Outside the fact that my dad was a Southern Baptist preacher, and that's a whole different story that I'm not going to get into. It's very interesting seeing the other side of the church, um, from a pastor's perspective and a kid growing up watching that. But I won't get into that too much. So, yeah, pretty much a normal childhood in Missouri growing up. Um, I had my first job at 13. I had my first checking account at 13. My first job was putting newspaper ads in the newspaper, little flyers that would go in the newspaper, and then I'd roll them up and get them ready to be tossed out at like 5 a.m. And this wasn't a typical paper route. This was a business. So this person had like two, three, four, 5,000 newspapers that he would toss out on his route. And he hired me and a couple of other boys to basically set up the papers for him to get tossed out. And that was my first job at 13. Anyway, when I was about 16, my parents moved us to Southern California. And that was insane shock right there. I went from a town of like 2,000 to a high school of like 1,000 to 2,000 people, where it was like 99.9% white to where I was definitely the minority kid in that school. Yeah, so Southern California was a shock. I didn't say I hated it, but living in the Los Angeles area is not a pleasant experience. It's not like living in San Diego or Sacramento or kind of the nicer part of California. Yeah, Los Angeles sucked. It wasn't even Los Angeles. It was outside of Los Angeles. It was San Bernardino County, and that was even worse. Oh my god. Um. So yeah, moved to California when I was 16. I graduated from high school, from Fontana High School, and I went to college. I went to community college first because, again, hey, freaking poor. But community college was like $90 a class back then, so that was pretty cheap. The textbooks usually cost more than the class tuition, and that's a whole another racket right there. But I did a couple of years there, and then I went over to Cal Poly Pomona, California State Polytechnic University there in Pomona. Go Broncos! And I thought I was going to be a veterinarian. That's what I thought I was going to be. But as 18-year-old kid, I had no idea really what I wanted to do. I liked animals, so let's be a veterinarian. I think it took me like 6 years to graduate from college with a degree, and at the end of it, is like, I just want to get out of this thing. Give me whatever degree I'm eligible for, and let me get out. So I got a food marketing and agribusiness management degree from Cal Poly Pomona. Um, and that was, I got the degree, but it didn't help me. I had a little bit of college debt, not too much. Again, back then colleges were reasonable. I mean, I think it was like $600 a quarter for as many classes as I wanted. Compared to, I think now it was like two and a half thousand a quarter, 3,000 a quarter. That's insane. No wonder people are in so much debt. Anyway, I got a degree, and there's nothing really I could do with this degree. So I got a job at a at a potato chip manufacturer right out of college, and that was my first after college job. And well, it was okay. It introduced me to computers, which I actually liked and was not horrible at. Problem was that job was like paid me like $90 a month, and my expenses were like $100 a month. So there's like a always month after month a deficiency. I was getting more and more debt the longer I worked in this job. I no matter what I cut, what I did. I mean, eating once a day, deciding whether to pay the water bill, and the water got shut off a couple of times. They shut that off quick in California if you don't pay. But I had to quit. I had to find another job, and stupid me, I quit before I found another job, and that was a very stressful time in my life. That's pretty much me growing up. Uh, I was born the son of a Southern Baptist preacher. Grew up in Missouri until I was like 15. Moved to California and graduated from college. So that's pretty much the first phase of my life right there.